G'day, how we going? I've been fishing all day. I've been fishing for 3 days. I haven't really had much luck, and that's okay. So instead, I figured we'd do a what's in my tackle bag. It's been asked for, and I haven't done it. I got asked a long time ago to do it, and I didn't do it. So I guess now is the time to do what's in my tackle bag. And there's a lot in that bag. We're gonna do it. So, without faffing around any longer, let's empty the tackle bag. Let's go. Let's get into it. What's in the bag? Let's make sure that it's actually in focus here. Alright. That is my bag that I take everywhere fishing. Start at the top. I wonder. I keep bells. That's literally all I keep is bells and this. That fell off Phil's tripod and I keep forgetting to give it back to him. I occasionally will throw my keys in there and my phone, but that's literally it, it's bells. On to the next part. The pretty much the bread and butter part of everything in here, which is really good. That's concerning. There's meant to be something in there. Alright, let's start on the back. Lip grips, can't have enough of those. Knife. Pliers. Good for taking hooks out. Line snips and scissors. They're like your regular tools. Nothing crazy. Let's go to the next section. This is just small lures that go to my little spinner rod, just so I can easily grab without taking them out. A lot of just small soft plastics, nymphs, whatever they're called, spinner blades, small lures, one spinner blade. This is pretty much just my quick grab of whatever I'm using on those. My main leader line, which I always run about 12-pound line. There's a lure kicking around somewhere that's meant to be in this box. It's in here somewhere. That's a concern. We got another knife. This is the knife that I mainly use to fillet fish. Got them if I need to. Don't ask why, but I've got them in there. Flies. Ah, here he is. Waiting to take a chunk out of my hand. Rather find out that he's there now than later. I'll put that in a safer spot, I reckon. But I got two of them. They need to go somewhere safe. I have the complete angler brag mat that has seen better days. It needs a clean. But that's in there, soon to be replaced with our useless fisher brag mats that we have, that you will start to see being used over this. This will just be a backup from now on. And clip it back together. It goes there. We have scales, because scales are important. What else have we got? Just a accumulation of hooks. Don't even know why. Some nice small hooks going up in size. I actually have a video with these at some point. Alright, let's keep going. These are for when I do carp fishing. A mixture of method feeders, inline method feeder, cage method feeders. I just keep them there. Paternoster rigs that were for salt, but I haven't used them. A mixture of things to help tie up rigs, so to drill holes through hard bait. This is to feed line through bait, so you would put that down, you'd open that up, firstly you'd push this through the bait, open that up, put your line on, pull the line back through, and there's just a mixture of small tools like that, and a rig at the back here to help tie up hair rigs that I use when I'm carp fishing, and they go in there. All right, let's keep going. Split shots. Everyone should have split shots. So important to have. And this is a carp, for carp, or you know, that sort of stuff. So you got a mixture of beads, rubber piping to put over your line if you want to make it stiff, and various things that are very good for carp rigs. But that's pretty much all I use that for. And last but not, oh no, we've got some more. Just got some more salt stuff sitting at the bottom because that's how often I use it, more of it. And then an accumulation of pre-packed hair rigs that I will use for carp fishing. I'm going to take a break, put all that back in, and then we'll come back onto the next sections. All right, give me 1 sec. And that is usually how I have it packed. So got my tools, brag mat, knife, line, and everything lower is definitely less used than the stuff on the top. Let's keep going. Let's go this side. We got pockets. So we just got these very cheap. That one doesn't work. Let's see if you work. Yep, just bite alarms. You never know what occasion you need certain bite alarms. In here I have an accumulation of more hooks. So have a look at the size of those hooks, guys. See if I can zoom in, if it'll focus. Very small hooks, tiny hooks. Some tubing, wire traces if you need. I got carp hooks. These are all basically for European fishing. Lots of very small hooks, which are surprising. Look at the size of that hook right there. So that's what's in that pocket, hidden away. Close that up, and at the bottom just have netting, which I use for cheese and holding bait on. All right, let's flip you this way. In the pocket first, we just got a mixture of scents. What do we got? S Factor Squiddies. We got some catch scent, aniseed spray, and aniseed, just pure aniseed liquid. They do not get used very often at all, but it's always good to have them. In here it's got a bit of aniseed soap, good for yabby nets, garlic, and some more of that squid stuff. And I got some on my fingers, so I'm going to smell great, guys. We've done the pocket. Down here we have one on the floor. Power bank. We've got a bit of everything in here, but we've got the power baits. 3 different colors, small ones, pink and multicolored. They do actually work on like the stocked trout when they stock them, surprisingly. All right, so far we've done top, sides. I'm going to take a drink and I'll bring you back. Alrighty, yeah, let's get back into it. In here, front pocket, we've got hook disgorgers of different sizes. Those two work pretty well on your normal fish, yay size. But you know, a hook disgorger is a hook disgorger. And just a mix of soft plastics. They've been left in the bag, so they'll all fall down. But we've got strike tigers, lots of strike tigers. More of these guys, which I've got in that tub. Same with those. Soft plastics. They rarely get used because I don't know what I'm doing. To be honest with you guys. bottle opener. You've got to have a bottle opener, yeah. And then last but not least, we have the trays. Oh no, not last but not least, I forgot I've got a whole of a pocket. But let's have a look in here. We have, these are my main hooks of various different sizes. I'm not going to go through them all, you can see them, but we got hooks that are in my finger. We got hooks going this size through to this size, which I like that size. Hard to keep worms on, but they keep like a bit of corn on. These are the hooks I've been using lately. I like them, they go really well. A lot of these hooks. I was really into this size hook for a while, that's why I've got so many of them in there, but kind of drifted away from them a little bit now. Moving over, we just got, it's good for putting bands over bait. So if you've got corn or luncheon meat, anything like that, you can put a rubber band over it and pull the band off, the band will stay on. It's a good bit of kit to have. Jig heads, floats, a bell. These things, which I kind of don't really like, but I have them. Put your line through here, put your weight on. Pretty self-explanatory. This is mainly for my hooks. Next one out. Doesn't, ow, that hurt. Doesn't take a genius to work out what this one's for. It's my sinkers of various sizes and a lot of sizes. If I'm in the river, paternoster rigs, if there's no current, we can get away with this. Moving up, the Murray, I'd probably paternosters go on this size, and then we got our running sinkers. If I've got fast flowing, I prefer this size. I find it sits on the bottom better versus the bigger ones. And yeah, and these I use a little bit more for like carp, tench, but you can ultimately use those for anything as well. Now we're onto the side that doesn't get used very much at all. My lures, I'm trying to use more of them. We've got guys like this. I'm not very good at them. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm hoping I'm going to get better. Kind of like a spinner blade, chatterbait sort of thing. But this is basically my very cheap, not very good spinner blades. None of these are great by any means. They're cheap. Oop. And some lures. This I got when I was in Canada. It's meant to be a weedless, weedless one. Kind of cool. But again, nothing in there is expensive. I haven't spent a lot of money on it. And then, last but not least, I wish I could say I use more of these when I go up the Murray. And I'm hoping to this year. But a lot of stump jumpers. Big stump jumpers. Medium stump jumpers. Very technical things. Smaller lures. Again, I wish I could say that I use these a lot more than I do, but I absolutely do not, unfortunately. But I would like to improve on that. The wind is picking up. A bit of a sunset over there. Alright, we'll keep going. But again, I don't use these half as much as I should, or I wish I did. And I've made an absolute mess of that one. I'm going to cut back once I've tidied this up, and we'll see what's in the last containment, which is at the bottom there. Put all back in the order that I have it. I always have hooks on the top, sinkers, and then those guys at the bottom. Again, I don't use them as much as I should, and that's on me. And last but not least, right at the bottom, which I love this little container down here, is just an assortment of line that I might need. So I got 15-pound, 6-pound Black Magic 10-pound leader. Believe it or not, and I do use this, it doesn't look like there's much on there because it's that thin, but 4-pound. What have we got? It looks like 8-pound, and some real cheap 12-pound. Most of this in here I use as various types of leaders. Make sure the camera's on that. None of that's like mainline anything. This is just leaders. If I need to adapt to anything, my main leader, which is the 12-pound, which is in the top there, that just sits in the bottom. It's also a nice safe. You can put more valuable things. But yeah, as I was saying, the main line that I use is this series carp and silverfish monofilament 12-pound line that I believe I got sent over or bought over from the UK. And this has been going for years for me, and I've caught, that was old Philby driving by, I've caught my biggest cod with this as main line, my biggest carp, silvers, yellow, reddies, eels, doesn't discriminate. This is good line. My biggest PB, which is 87cm Murray cod, I had this as my leader. It's the leader that's on this one. It's the leader that's on my bait casters. I'll be sad when I run out. That's it, folks. Hold on, let me just that's it, folks. That's what's in my tackle bag. That's what I'm rocking. I hope you enjoyed. It's a little bit different, but I have been asked by a couple people now to do a what's in my tackle bag, what's in my tackle tray, blah blah blah. That's what I carry when I go fishing. Every time I go fishing, there isn't much that changes. That is it. That is what I have. All right, thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you've made it this far, chuck us a follow, a subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It'll make my day. We are so close to hitting milestones, and the more you guys that I can bring along, the more I'd appreciate it. I love just sharing my fishing with you guys, and the more of you I can bring along, the more of you that think that this is remotely entertaining, I'd appreciate having you. So yeah, chuck us a subscribe. We'd appreciate it, myself and Phil, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye. I gotta turn it off.